I'm joined now by our Manny the Movie Guy to discuss more on Regal Cinemas deciding to suspend operations till the end of the year and what that means for us here in the Coachella Valley. Manny, what does this mean for moviegoers and people who love film here locally? Because this is a big portion of our local theaters.
You're right. I mean, it's like a shot through the heart for me and those who love to see movies in theaters. This was a sad news when I heard about it yesterday. I mean, but the bottom line though is Regal calls the closure temporarily. So hopefully this will be fixed soon as we continue our battle with COVID.
Okay, so yeah, so this would hopefully by next year we'll have some answers. I think not just movie theaters, but everything, you know, our schools, we're all waiting just for 2021 for things to kind of settle down. On that note, 2021 and 2022, what does the movie industry look like at all? Because we've been seeing that, you know, they had to suspend productions for a while in Hollywood, and then also they're limited, you know, because of all the extra precautions they've had to take now that they've started to film again. What do you think movies are going to look like in a couple years? Will there be that many films to release?
We will have a lot of movies to see in the next once we vanquish COVID for good, fingers crossed. We will have a lot of films to look forward to. I mean, you know, I think how this Regal closing came about is because MGM announced that James Bond 25, No Time to Die, is being pushed again from this October to April of next year. And moments later, Regal announced that they are closing, they're doing a temporary closure. So we have a lot of films to look forward to. Right now, we don't know if Warner Brothers is changing Wonder Woman. That's one of the biggest, most anticipated films this year. But right now, it's still holding steady for Christmas Day release. But Dune, the big remake of the movie Dune is now going to be canceled for December and will now be opening in October of next year. Wow. So is Marvel's Black Widow, which is supposed to open this November. It is pushed back by Disney for 6 more months. So we have I will be busy keeping track of all the films coming up. And here's the bottom line though, the biggest culprit according to all these theater owners is that Hollywood's refusal to release blockbusters, which theater owners desperately need to get people in. You know, it's kind of like having a restaurant open, but no food is there for people to come see. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, it looks like this is kind of a catch-22 that there's really, yeah, like you said, the movie industry, they're just not, these production companies aren't releasing the films, trying to keep people, I guess. Are they worried that no one's going to come to the theater? Well, plus they can't even pack theaters. We're at limited capacity.
That's right. Well, you know, the whole thing really began with Tenet, Christopher Nolan's Tenet from Warner Brothers Studio. They were all banking on this film to bring back people into the movie theaters. But alas, here in America, which is the #1 blockbuster, movie-going experience in the world, it didn't. I mean, it's still to this day. I think it's only made like $30 or $40 million, and you know. So after that, Hollywood studios said, we're gonna keep these movies until we are safe to go. But it's sad though. I mean, it really makes me sad because I mean now 40,000 Regal employees are going to be furloughed. Movie theater stocks have taken a nosedive. Cineworld stock has gone down. Listen to this, from $275 a year ago to now to about $22 right after the closure announcement. So it's not happy news all around. But here's the thing, AMC, which has some theaters, and Cinemark, by the way, which has some theaters here in the Valley, will remain open for now.
I do have to ask you about streaming, though, because I'm going to be honest, I'm not somebody that went to the theater a lot before the shutdown, just because I have a toddler. Like, I'm not going out that much. But I found that I actually have been streaming a lot of these movies as they've been released, which I wouldn't have gone to the theaters. Have they noticed that streaming is picking up, or can it even fill that gap?
Netflix is the king right now, right? Followed by Amazon Prime and Hulu. You're right, it is habit forming, and those people who are the studios who are probably against it and want the people to go to the movie theater are slowly paying attention to that. But here's the thing, you know, they can create niche movies, right? That doesn't have to cost $500 million to produce. I mean, it can cost like 10 million as long as it's a good film and there's enough buzz around it. And I think people will come. I mean, full disclosure, I went to Mary Pickford Theater about 2 weeks ago, my first travel inside a movie theater, because Warner Brothers refused to show it to critics unless you could see it in the big screen. And back then, California was not allowing any movie theaters to open. So finally, I went to Mary Pickford Theater 2 weeks ago, and I was, you know, I was very impressed with the way they handled social distancing in there. There's really about probably 5 people and me inside the theater that day. But there's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of disinfectants, and I mean, they follow everything, all the guidelines to a T. So I don't want to tell you guys to go inside a theater, and I don't want you to risk your health, but from my own experience, it was good. I mean, I'm still here.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of, you know, you kind of have to just do what is smart and what you feel most comfortable with, but really what is smart before anything else. All right. Well, thank you so much, Manny, for giving us some insight and sharing your experience as well going to Mary Pickford. Of course, we love to support our local theaters.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Sara.
Have a good one. All right. We'll be right back.